Los Angeles. The retired New York City police detective Michael Stroop can still recall the afternoon Robert A. Durst walked into the 20th precinct on Manhattan's Upper West Side to report that his wife had vanished. Mr. Durst, clutching his dog and a 2-year-old magazine with his father's photograph on the cover, sat at the detective's desk and described how his wife, Kathy McCormick Durst, had vanished 4 days earlier, like he was in a deli ordering a sandwich. The detective said. Ms. Durst was never found and Mr. Durst was never charged in connection with her disappearance, but her fate is central to the case that John Lewin, a deputy district attorney in Los Angeles, is building against Mr. Durst for the murder of his confidant, Susan Behrman, here in 2000. Mr. Lewin contends Mr. Durst, 74, the estranged scion of a prominent New York real estate family, killed Ms. Behrman to prevent her from disclosing to the authorities what she knew about his role in Ms. Durst's disappearance. Mr. Durst has denied killing either woman. This week, Mr. Stroop, long since retired, testified in detail about his investigation, in a conditional examination which can take place under California law when a witness is 65 or older and may not be available for trial. Over the past year, Mr. Lewin, the prosecutor, has brought in 17 witnesses who provided damaging testimony against Mr. Durst, but in a case riddled with surprising twists, it was Mr. Durst's defense lawyer, Dick DeGuerin, who called Mr. Stroop as his first witness and argued that the detective had done a thorough job. Even Superior Court Judge Mark E. Wyndham noted the interesting turn of events. Usually, he said, it is the defense saying that the prosecution failed to turn over every stone. Here, the shoe's on the other foot. Mr. Stroop never formally named Mr. Durst as a suspect. If there was no reason to believe that Mr. Durst killed his wife, then the rationale for his current trial would be undermined. In a scorching cross-examination on Wednesday, Mr. Lewin cited one mistake or flaw after another in the investigation, in which he said Mr. Stroop failed to search the Stone Cottage 50 miles north of Manhattan where the couple had last been together, despite quickly uncovering the lies behind Mr. Durst's alibi. DeGuerin called the witness to show that there was a great investigation. Mr. Lewin told the court, as Mr. Durst, looking feeble, listened, and I'm going to show you how there was no great investigation. Before Ms. Durst's disappearance, she and Mr. Durst had a dispute at their Stone Cottage in South Salem, NY, on January 31, 1982. Mr. Durst told the police that he had driven her to the train station. Ms. Durst, a medical student at Albert Einstein College of Medicine who was 5 months away from graduation, wanted to return to their Manhattan penthouse so that she could attend a clinic the next day, Mr. Durst told the police. The next day, a woman who identified herself as Kathleen Durst called Albert Cooperman, a dean at the medical school, to say that she was not feeling well and would not attend the clinic. Investigators now contend that Ms.